Thank you. The Local Government Distributive Fund has been a shared partnership by municipalities with the state since 1969. The income tax collected in our communities is shared and distributed back to those communities to help provide for essential services that municipalities uniquely provide to our residents and our taxpayers. We're here today to say that any reduction, elimination, delay of the local distributive fund is unacceptable. And we're here to tell our stories about why that is true. We want to make sure Springfield hears what exactly it is we do with that money and what it means to our taxpayers and our residents in delivering essential services. So in order to do that, we'd like a few of our mayors here to tell their stories. First, I'd like to call on Scott Eisenhower, Mayor of Danville.
Good morning. My name is Scott Eisenhower. I'm mayor of the city of Danville, a community of 33,000, a community that in the last few years has had to eliminate 72 positions and cut millions of dollars in order to balance a budget. What we're talking about in further reductions or delays in our local government distributive fund is simply this. Those are additional personnel that we're going to have to eliminate. Those are additional services that we can no longer provide to the citizens of our community. I appreciate the gentlemen who represent our public safety officers here today joining with us, because in the city of Danville we've had to eliminate 17, and the fear in our community is that with any future reductions of our local government distributive fund or delays in payments to our municipality, more public safety official positions may be on the line. You know, I think it's very simple that what we're truly talking about here today is not what will the impact be on us as municipally elected officials, but more importantly, what will be the impact to the citizens of our community. When you take away the money, you don't take away the challenges that face us as cities and communities. Crime still exists. Roads and infrastructure continues to decay. Properties continue to burn, and in the end, quality of life for our citizens will suffer if there's any future distribution delay or reduction in what we currently receive. The fact of the matter is, at the end of the day, what we all strive to do is not only improve the quality of life of our community, but also to fill our community's residents with opportunities to succeed. That means in many cases, and Danville is no exception, economic development is incredibly important for the future success of our community. Delays or reduction in LGDF will impact not just the services that we already provide, the quality of life that our citizens already enjoy, but the economic development opportunities will be greatly impacted, negatively impacted, and therefore create a serious challenge towards the success of our community. We cannot state strong enough here today that we are not simply talking about dollars and cents, but what we are talking about is what our residents demand, and the fact that we will no longer, as municipal governments, be able to provide what the citizens demand from us. Thank you for your time today.
Jim Ardis, Mayor of Peoria.
Well, good morning, everyone. As the mayor of Peoria and the corporate home of Caterpillar Tractor Company, Caterpillar certainly has not taken a back seat to helping the state legislator and the governor understand how important these income tax hits are on our community. Many of the mayors here that I stand with also have Caterpillar facilities in their communities, and we are frankly in a position right now. We're here in Springfield to say we've had enough. Plain and simple, any further reduction on this local distributive fund is a direct hit on public safety in every one of our communities, whether it's a community of 1,000 or a community of 100,000 plus. It's a direct hit on public safety for our communities. It's going to cost us police, and it's going to cost us fire. I, too, appreciate the fact that we have representatives from both police and fire across the state. Our police department in Peoria, Illinois, has taken a 15% reduction in our workforce over the last 3 years. I don't think I need to tell anybody the sentiment that our local taxpayers have because we have had to make those tough decisions. And it's tough decisions like that that our legislators and our governor need to make here to get their budgets in order and not doing it on our back.
Don Welvert, Mayor of Moline.
Thank you. And I think you will hear from all of the mayors and village board presidents the same message. It's time. It's time for Springfield to wake up and understand that the locally generated revenues are just that, local revenues. They do not belong to the state and the state of Illinois representatives and senators to do with as they please. Like many, if not all of our communities across the state of Illinois, Moline, a community of 44,000 people, have had to make the serious cuts. We have had to cut our staff, our employees by 10%. And I tell a lot of people that, and they say, well, yeah, okay, well, what's that? You know, the local dog catcher or things like that? No. Some of those positions, indeed, we are already into 3 police officers, a systems technician, firefighter, paramedic, a battalion chief, a code manager, engineering techs, the kinds of people that are absolutely needed to operate our communities throughout the state, each and every one of us. We have done the furloughs. We have had wage freezes. The state is about bankrupt, although they won't admit it. And as one of our mayors stated, they are on a course to take us down with them. We cannot allow that to happen, plain and simple. I'm asking all of you to contact representatives and senators and let them know loud and clear, as what was indicated by a recent survey, that 80% of the people in the state of Illinois do not want their local government distributive funds cut. They want the money to stay in their community, and they want their state representatives and senators to understand that and heed their voices. Thank you.
Now we have John Spring, Mayor of Quincy.
Thank you. Good morning. I certainly echo the words of the mayors that have preceded me, and we know the serious nature of this. Just a little over a week ago, I had West Central Illinois area legislators, along with mayors and county execs and city managers, come to the city of Quincy to talk about this issue, so that our representatives, both in the Senate and the House, understood completely that we don't want this money removed. It is our money. They're using our money basically to, operate with at this point. So, likewise, Quincy, being a community of 41,000, it's a border community to the state of Missouri, like many of these cities are. Many of our corporate entities are looking to move because of the income tax and the corporate tax. But this issue here is vital to the life of any community. To have these monies taken away from us either by the governor's foolish idea of suspending this revenue at this point, even through December, is it unacceptable? But to take any of our revenue, I've heard the 5%, the 10%, the 15%, all that creates harm to local communities. All they're doing is passing along their problems to all of us that operate cities of various sizes and capacities. And these monies are generated by our folks that live there, work there, and do everything else in our communities. In our case, it's pretty simple. I've cut to the bone. We've reduced millions of dollars out of our budget. We've taken numerous furlough days. We continue to provide the basic city services. As a former police and fire commissioner for 8 years, I've been very reluctant to disrupt public safety in that regards. But I'll be faced with no other way to go other than to close and reorganize the fire department. Probably close at least one station, possibly 2, depending upon what the hit would be. The bottom line is that once this starts, it will eventually erode into more and more money taken from our local distributive funds. So it's just not acceptable. We're here in unity to preach that. I know many of us have talked to our local people already, but we want to make sure that they all know, keep your hands off our money. Thank you.